I can imagine the films industry is quite a hard one, but back when it perhaps wasn't taken as seriously as it is now, I can imagine it would only be a little harder, if not lots. And that is the topic of today's video on the Stranger Mission Lights, Camera, Action. In order to begin this Stranger Mission, we need to head to the Picture House of Armadillo. It's an old schoolhouse building that's just off from the main town. Around the back is a little cabin inside which we will make a new friend.
Hello there. What brings a fine specimen like yourself to my humble establishment?
Establishment? This looks like a schoolhouse.
Such limited thinking. Have you not seen the future, my friend? We make dreams! Are you not a devotee of the cinematic arts?
Arts? Is that what you call it?
Granted, I only have a poor imitation of the true Nickelodeon. But that is why I am to build my new film studio and make New Austin, with its cheap land and fine climate, the second center for the motion picture industry. Hell, a couple good years now won't be here. I'll produce adventure stories, as well as melodramas for the ladies, and even some fantastical shorts for children young and old. Heard there's an old ranch ripe for exploitation just north of here. Apparently the owner is a frequent lover and loser at the liar's dice tables over at Thieves' Landing. If you could do me the favor to wrest control from him, I'd reward you quite highly. A career in the arts awaits.
I'll see what I can do. I'm not much for high-stakes gambles, and movies seem like drivel.
Drivel? No, sir. We speak to a man's soul. Listen, if you run into a chap named Spatchcock, tell him to get back to work.
Who?
Spatchcock. Trained as the finest gunslinger and hero in motion picture history. Then the fool began to believe it was for real. And now he's run off to become a gunslinger. For real. Heard he's in Benedict Point. Fool will have himself killed if you don't help.
Well, if I see him, I'll tell him.
A producer credit awaits, sir.
Now we have the task of running a couple of errands for this guy. We have two objectives. We need to acquire a deed to a ranch nearby by winning a game of Liar's Dice up at Thieves' Landing, but we've also got to convince a man named Spatchcock to go back to work for this guy who we can find pretending to be a gunslinger at Benedict Point. Despite getting all this information at once, we had to head off to Thieves' Landing to do the Liar's Dice game first. You'll know it's activated when you sit down, as the ante will be $200 rather than $20. This particular Liar's Dice game is also easier than usual, and in order to acquire the deed for the ranch, all you need is for the deed holder to lose all his dice. So if anyone else is at the table, you don't need to beat them as well. At least not necessarily anyhow. That being said, I have no clue how to play Liar's Dice, so I just sort of winged it, hoped for the best, and it kinda worked out. The deed will tell you when you've won the deed for the gambler, which means we can move on now to the next part of this Stranger Mission. Now we need to head to Benedict Point, which is due west of Armadillo. It's just a short distance south of Tumbleweed and shouldn't be too difficult to find, and once we arrive here, finding Spatchcock should not be too difficult, as we find him on the decking of the post office and station building.
You called Spatchcock?
Well, who's asking?
Who do you think he's asking?
Listen, partner, you stay cool, or I'll cool you down by putting a hole in you.
Have you been practicing that line all week, fool?
Don't make me come over there and teach you a lesson.
Man, I hope you shoot better than you act tough, or that fool really will lose some money. Now get up and fight.
Now we've got to disarm Spatchcock in a duel, which shouldn't be too difficult at all. He's not a trained gunslinger at all, and it takes ages for him to draw.
Don't kill me, please! I'm just an actor!
Now that we've done both of the things asked by McKenna, we can return to him to finish off this side mission. McKenna hasn't moved, he's still at the picture house / old school house in Armadillo. We'll find him in the back cabin where we found him before.
Go, be on your way. Another adventure awaits you, I'm sure.
Good luck.
That's it, and we've got $26, which is far from a career in the arts that he promised, but we'll take it. This isn't the last that we see or hear from Mr. McKenna, as about an in-game week later we can find him at the Pacific Union Railroad camp just out of Thieves Landing. He'll be sitting around a campfire telling us all about his filmmaking woes.
Mr. McKenna, what are you doing here? I thought you were running a film company.
Oh, my boy, how the fates have spurned me. The muses cajole and lament my foolish nature. The hubris! The hubris!
Well, it gets the best of us.
I've lost everything. Every last dime I invested in that studio is gone. The production was delayed by weather. That fool Spatchcock fell in love with the cameraman and ran off to Canada. Damn you, the gods of bad weather! And the hearts of vain men. Guess I'll have to go make dreams elsewhere.
Good luck.
It'll take more than luck to stop me.
Alright, noted.
Something's up here, you know. Something terrible is up.
It appears as if McKenna's film production hit a series of inconveniences. Spatchcock fell in love with a cameraman, which makes sense. We did shoot him in the arm, and who's going to operate his thing for him? You know what I mean. Apparently he was also hit with bad weather, and basically he lost every dime he invested into this production, which is a massive shame, but you win some, you lose some. McKenna finishes by saying he will attempt to realise his dreams elsewhere. Of course he does return in Undead Nightmare, seeing the zombie apocalypse as an opportunity for filmmaking, which makes him the delectable snack of a zombie, which unfortunately isn't canon, which I guess reflects McKenna's character. He's willing to die for his craft. That, or he doesn't realise the real risks that it poses sometimes. Unfortunately, there's no such thing as a success story in Red Dead Redemption, it's just failure and more failure. Bringing us to the end of this video. Will McKenna ever make that prize movie that he so desperately wants to? Probably not. I mean, we shot him. Thank you all for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, share the channel with your friends and all that wonderful stuff. That would be super fantastic. If you want to check out the Twitch, there will be a link in the description. We're currently doing a playthrough of Red Dead Redemption 2 and it's a super good time, but if not, no worries. And with any luck, I'll be seeing you all very soon with another video at some point, but until next time, take care and goodbye.